Good night, my brothers and sisters. This is Brother Kenroy back with story number 2. Hallelujah. Relationships number 2. This one is called Too Good to Be True, aka the Foolish Woman. Too Good to Be True, aka the Foolish Woman. It was said one time, this man came here from New York to Barbados for vacation. And within his vacation, the 3 weeks that he was spending in Barbados, he met a local woman. And they hit it off instantly. So in those 3 weeks, they were so close, and when he went back home to New York, they kept in contact, and they decided to take the relationship to another level, a next step. So he proposed marriage, not within the 3 weeks, but as time went by, he proposed marriage and she accepted. So the man decided to put his affairs in order in New York, to come to Barbados to build a home, to live here and marry this lady. She had 3 children, and his plan was to marry her and take in her 3 children and be a father and a father figure to them. Because after all of her relationships were deadbeat relationships. She was either beaten, she was abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. She was treated worse than an animal. And for the first time in her life, she met a gentleman, a good man, a Prince Charming, a heaven sent man. And her whole life changed for the better. In the meantime, she had a best friend that she used to tell everything to, all of her business. And she was telling her best friend about this man called Roger. She said they met Roger, this gentleman. And as a matter of fact, the best friend even met Roger, because Roger took them out, and treat them well. But behind the scenes, her best friend was so jealous of her. And her best friend began telling her, man, he too good to be true, I don't trust that Roger. He too good to be true. You and you ain't got to look with no relationships. They start off good at first, and then you end up being broken hearted. I don't trust him, he too good to be true. What kind of man gonna want to marry you and give her all his business in New York and all his life in New York to come here and marry you? I find that strange and I find that suspicious. The woman planted the seed of doubt in her mind and in her heart, and she started to believe what the woman was telling her. And all of a sudden, when Roger called, her relationships changed. Her attitude towards him changed. She started to question Roger and said, man, you sure you want to marry me? You got a wife in New York, you got children, but you gonna go travel so far and give up your life and start to put doubts in the relationship. And as time went by, her friend convinced her so much that she called off the wedding, she called off everything. After the man paid up on a house, after Roger put everything in place to come here to Barbados to live and marry her, and make an honest woman out of her, she listened to the words of her friend, her jealous friend, and called off everything. Roger was brokenhearted, of course, because his mother, his father, his entire family, they prepared to come to Barbados for this wedding. Everybody hear about this wedding. Invitations were printed and sent out. And she called off the wedding. All Roger could do is accept it and go back to his home in New York and tell his family what was the outcome. Don't you know she embarked the same way with nothing? No job, Nobody to take care of her children because the fathers didn't supporting children. She end back up in the gutter, so to speak. That's just a term we use here in Barbados. She end back up being a nobody, nothing. And you know her best friend is glad enough. You know why? Because she had her to gossip with every day. I know this same foolish woman turn and say, my Lord, I can't ever find a good man. I can't find a good man, don't care how hard I try. And right before her was a good man, which a gentleman was heaven sent to her. You know the old people often say, what you are looking for is right before your eyes. The very thing or the very person that you are looking for is right before your eyes. And brethren, she listened to the words of her jealous friend. Many of us find ourselves in this situation. They have a saying, and I like to preach that on this show. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Let me repeat it. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything or anyone. She had it made. For the first time in her life, she found someone that loved her, someone that appreciated her, someone that accepted her and her children, someone who's willing to make an honest woman out of her, someone who's willing to make her a wife, a bride, a partner, a soulmate. The very things that she longed for, the very thing that she lust for, the very things that she prayed for, but she didn't want it. It's like she take the blessings out of God's hands and throw them away because he was too good to be true. The Bible said the foolish walk on and are punished. The Bible says a fool's mind is like a broken jar. If you put water in a broken jar, what is going to happen? All of the water is going to leak out onto the ground. A fool's mind is like a broken jar. Wisdom is too high for a fool. The Bible said that wisdom is too high for a fool. A fool seeks counsel in his own eyes. And she let go a good man. All because she listened and hearkened to the voice of her negative friend. Ladies and gentlemen, if you find yourself in a situation or you have those type of friends or type of people around you or in your life, get rid of them. Stay away from negativity and adopt positivity. Stay away from negativity and adopt positivity. One hand can't clap. It takes two hands to clap. These are the kind of people you should avoid, and these are the kind of people you need to get rid of. Run far away from them. Stay away from them. Put up your hand and say, look, stop. Come no closer. Give them the palm. You don't need this type of people in your life. If you have a friend that can't set you on the right path, that person is not your friend. If you have a friend that can't tell you what is right, that they're not your friend, get rid of them. This is Brother Kenroy coming to you with another fantastic story. Relationships number 2. God bless you.